Hello fellow Trekkies, and welcome back. You probably noticed that this week's episode is a few days late, but that's because yesterday was Star Trek Day, and we didn't want you to have to wait till next week to get the latest news, so we delayed this episode, and it was totally worth it. So sit back, relax, and let's trek out this week's Star Trek headlines. Celebrate 50 years of Star Trek animation with the launch of Very Short Treks. The first of 5 Very Short Treks, Skin a Cat, aired yesterday, along with the release of the first chapter of a new comic book, The Schema Barrier. The Very Short Treks will feature previously announced fan-favorite characters voiced by cast members from across the Star Trek universe. Star Trek Very Short Treks comes from creative consultant Casper Kelly. All episodes will air exclusively on StarTrek.com and on the official Star Trek YouTube channel, Wednesdays through till October 4th. Casper Kelly has also released a new comic book with IDW Publishing. Star Trek The Animated Celebration presents The Schema Barrier. The first chapter of the comic is available now digitally on StarTrek.com, with physical copies available at New York Comic Con in October. Additional chapters on the comic will drop weekly on Wednesdays on StarTrek.com. Stay tuned to the end to hear a short review of the first chapter. The American rapper Kid Cudi embarks on what is said to be an epic collaboration with Star Trek, named Boldly Be Campaign. The multifaceted partnership, which includes music, gaming and fashion, will launch this October. Star Trek have also dropped stylistic teaser art of Kid Cudi wearing his Starfleet captain's uniform, with his back turned and lit with a transporter glow. Star Trek Lower Decks collectibles announced. Zen Monkey Studios is expanding their line of Star Trek pins to include 4 Cerritos character team-up designs. The diamond-shaped pins will be available at Zen Monkey Studios website for $11.99 each. If you purchase the Boimler/Mariner, the Tendi/Rutherford, the Freeman/Ransom pins as a set, the 4th Shax and Tiana pin will be added to your cart for free for a limited time. Exo6, who we spoke about in a recent Trekking Out the News episode, is now making Star Trek Lower Deck statues. Brad Boimler, Beckett Mariner, and Badgie are all getting solid renderings measuring at 7 inches tall each. The Lower Deck statues are expected to ship in the first quarter of 2024 and can be ordered as a 4-piece set directly from Exo6 for $160. They can also be purchased individually as Mondo exclusives. Fanhome.com is taking subscription orders for the Big Galaxy Class model program from both newcomers to the program as well as those who started to build through Eagle Moss and have been waiting to resume their construction efforts. If you are looking to pick up where you left off under previous Eagle Moss subscription, the Fan Home site allows you to begin a new subscription at any assembly build issue from stage 2 to 29, so that you're not forced to start from the beginning. Pre-orders are now available for Factory Entertainment Studio Quality Enterprise G from Star Trek Picard Season 3, measuring at 35 inches long and 16 inches wide and 11 inches tall. The Constitution-class starship model will also be available with the name USS Titan. Along with the Enterprise G, the FE Masterworks starship model lineup also includes a refit USS Enterprise from Star Trek Motion Picture with a plaque signed by William Shatner, and Captain Sulu's USS Excelsior with a plaque signed by George Takei, and the Galaxy-class USS Enterprise D, all at a 5-figure price tag. The release date of Star Trek Infinite has finally been revealed. The release date has been announced for October 12, 2023. Pre-orders are now available and come with some pretty sweet benefits. If you pre-order the base game, you'll receive Star Trek Infinite's main game, as well as the USS Cerrito support ship as a bonus pre-order, the California-class uniforms pre-order bonus, and the Klingon voice pack pre-order bonus. But if you pre-order the deluxe edition, you'll receive some additional benefits: original soundtrack, music DLC, and art book. Both editions are now available pre-order on Steam. Life must be worn gloriously. The first community event for Star Trek Fleet Command's 5th anniversary asked for us all to share some situations or submit a picture of the most interesting time/place we found ourselves playing Star Trek Fleet Command. Were we out picking up dinner when our territory was invaded and decided to pull over to defend? Were you on top of a mountain when your peace shield ran out? Let the team know for a chance to win a trip to LA. Unfortunately, this prize is not available to those outside of the USA. However, you can still win some amazing Star Trek Fleet Command swag. This awesome competition is running from September 13th to October 2nd. To enter, players have to submit a picture along with a small description of location and describe the story they submitted with a public post on official Star Trek Fleet Command community and /social pages. The First Contact September Sweepstakes. 10 US-based players will fly out to Los Angeles for a private screening of Star Trek First Contact showing at the Paramount lot. To enter, you'll need to acquire the 5th year anniversary credit that is scattered throughout the final milestones of this month's event. The more credits you have, the more chances you'll have to be selected as a winner of the event. Be sure to keep a lookout for what events these are in, so you'll have more of a chance at winning some awesome rewards. You can also head over to the website and claim a 3 milestone key daily for additional 5th anniversary credits. These will be the only ways this month to gain anniversary credits. At the end of the Battle Pass, Fleet Command will select 750 commanders across all servers to win a range of exclusive prizes, including the previously mentioned trip to Los Angeles. Lower Decks 2 Part 1. The crew of the USS Cerritos is back, with new friends, challenges, and dragons to face. From metal rock bands to kidnapped queens, you'll face a variety of unforgettable adventures, with Fleet Command's second Lower Decks arc now here. This month kicks things off with a new ship, new officers, new missions, and much more. Head to the link below to find out more. The Resistance of Starbase 1 is a reimagining of the TFO Defense of Starbase 1. The new, aggressive and more dangerous form of Borg are laying siege to Starbase 1, and you'll have to defeat waves of enemies, escort ships just like before, but this time alongside new allies in the modern Federation and the Tholians, and face new enemies such as the new improved, more powerful Borg. This reimagined TFO launches on PC with the launch of Star Trek Online Incursion. Can you survive the Borg Tesseract? With the release of Season 30 comes a new event, the Borg Tesseract. Using vortices to cross vast gulfs of space and dimensions, the Borg launch attacks across the Alpha and Beta Quadrant. And it's up to you to stop them. You can participate in this event by playing the episode Wish Upon a Star, or the new episode Taken by Surprise, or the new TFOs Guillotine and Resistance of Starbase 1. In each of these, the Borg have some new tricks. They're tougher and more dangerous than before. After playing the participating missions or TFOs for 20 days, you'll earn the Adaption Set, designed to rework Borg technology for your own uses. These include 3 items: Infinity Modulator Rifle Adaption, Personal Shields Universal Kit Module, and the Adaption Vinculum. As always, completing this event earns you a hefty stash of dilithium ore, and you can continue to play to increase your dilithium rewards. Built-in remodulation. Previously, remodulation required you to fetch a special remodulator device and equip it to your device slot. Now, basic remodulation is a built-in function. When the Borg start to adapt to your weapons, the option to remodulate will appear over your power tray. You'll no longer need a frequency remodulator, and basic remodulators will be removed from your inventory automatically. You can, however, still access improved remodulator functions. If you equip a fractal remodulator available through your R&D interface by using materials from the Defera Invasion Zone, your default remodulator power will change to the improved faster remodulation. If you have pre-sequence remodulator consumables, also now craftable through the R&D store, or a set bonus from the various Omega Force Reputation gear sets, you can still use these too. You'll see new changes in your upcoming battles with them, as they work in older missions as well. Upgrade your ship even further. Ships can now be upgraded 1 level past the previous T6X. In addition to the upgrades that came with applying that experimental ship upgrade token the first time, when you applied that upgrade, you received 1 device slot, 1 universal console slot, and 1 starship trait slot. But if you use 2 additional experimental ship upgrade tokens on a T6X ship, you'll get an additional device slot, an additional universal console slot, and an additional starship trait. Here's how it works. T6 to T6X requires 1 experimental ship upgrade token. T6X to T6X2 requires 2 experimental upgrade tokens. So, to get a T6 ship from T6 to T6X2 will require a total of 3 experimental ship upgrade tokens. As part of the launch of Star Trek Online Incursion, 3 new bridge interiors will be available for Star Trek Online players on PC and later on console. These 3 bridges will be available to anyone who has purchased or purchased their equivalent starships. The 3 bridges in question are the Miranda Bridge, which featured in the updated tutorial, the Yorktown Bridge, which featured in a most recent Mirror Universe arc, and the Katinga Bridge, which also featured in the Klingon tutorial. For more information about which ships can equip these bridges, head to the link in the description below. Guillotine is a new task force operation where your mission is to close the interdimensional vortices opening up across the quadrants and prevent whatever is on the other side from getting a foothold in this universe. The blade falls for PC captains with the release of Star Trek Line Incursion. Xbox players can save 35% on legendary items now. From September 6th to September 12th on PC and PlayStation, you can save 35% on all legendary bundles ever released, including the 10-ship legendary bundle. That's right, the anniversary bundle is back for a limited time, captains. The Starfleet Flashback Bundle is coming to the Console Zen store very soon. This bundle combines a number of nostalgic items drawing from Starfleet's past, both recent and more distant, the phases from Next Generation, the uniforms from Picard, and 3 T6 updates to ships and classes launched within Star Trek Online. The bundle goes on sale September 13th on Xbox and PlayStation and will be 25% off its normal price of 12,500 Zen from September 13th to September 27th. So with this year's Star Trek Day, we were treated to not one, but 2 episodes of Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4. Tuvix, Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4 Episode 1, was fantastic. If you're a fan of Star Trek Voyager, there is definitely an Easter egg or 2, see what I did there, for you in this episode. The ordinary crew members of the USS Cerritos are tasked with a mission to accompany the recently refurbished USS Voyager to its new destination on Earth, where it will serve as a museum. Boimler is told by Commander Ramson that a promotion could be coming his way if everything goes as planned on their next mission. As in classic Lower Decks tradition, everything that could possibly go wrong on the mission does in fact go wrong. While transporting from Voy to Cerritos, Dr. Ta'ana and Lieutenant Commander Andy Billups are Tuvixed, merged together into one sentient being. And the team have to face the same dilemma Catherine Janeway faced all those years ago. In the end, Tendi and T'Lyn, that's right, our out-of-control Vulcan is back, both figure a way around the ethical dilemma by basically ignoring it. Classic Star Trek Voyager shenanigans ensue over on Voyager, and Boimler is able to save the day plus get a promotion. But he's not the only one to get a promotion. Mariner, Tendi, and T'Lyn all get promotions. Sadly, our beloved engineer Rutherford is the only one to not get one. But don't worry, something is coming his way very soon. I Have No Bones Yet I Must Flee Season 4 Episode 2 sees the team getting used to their new roles as Lieutenant Junior Grade officers. But as we know from Episode 1, Paul Rutherford didn't get promotion. The episode focuses on 3 main plots. Mariner's first away mission as a Lieutenant Junior Grade, where she tries to get demoted because it's going to happen anyway, so she might as well go out on her own terms. Boimler sorting out his new room, and Rutherford focusing on trying to get promoted. We also get some classic Lower Decks chaos, but as is tradition, by the end of the episode, everything turns out great. Ransom talks Mariner down and explains that he is going to be there to support her. Tendi asks Billups to promote Rutherford, as he's been offered one every time he's saved the ship, but always turns it down, and Boimler ends up rooming with Rutherford. I always love happy endings, and this episode just made me so happy. Also, Sarah now really wants Moopsy. Please send help. We can't wait for episode 3 to drop this Thursday. We only have 8 episodes left though, which is really sad. In the first very short treks, Skin a Cat, a dire Klingon attack is further complicated by poor word choices. This comical short was very funny and really caught the essence of the original animated series. The new comic, The Schema Barrier, also released yesterday and was literally a fourth wall break, with the animated series cast discovering that they are in fact inside a comic book. How did it end? Well, you can read that yourself in the link in the description. Want more Star Trek comics? Well, here's Tirkot with another very exciting Star Trek comic you might want to pick up yourself.
Hey there, fellow Trekkies. Welcome back. Today, we've got the latest issue of Star Trek Defiant number 7, and I could not be more excited to share my thoughts about it with you. This comic uses characters from different Star Trek series, giving fans a real treat, with Shax from Lower Decks hanging out with Tom Paris, and with dialogue living up to these huge personalities. It seems the writer has plans for all these characters, by the attention to canon detail you see in the things they say. This adds depth and familiarity to the narrative, and it makes it a lot more fun than just being set dressing. The current Star Trek book synopsis teases that we're in a grand conflict. Something is killing gods themselves, and Benjamin Sisko, the captain from the Deep Space Nine series, guided by the prophets, is facing a cosmic crisis while the crew around him is scared he might be overlooking the real casualties down below. And that's what happened in the first first issue of Star Trek, we see Benjamin Sisko has come out of the Bajoran wormhole to join the mortal world again, and immediately is going on an adventure with a new starship on Theseus, which is the one featured in Star Trek Online recently, as a new playable ship. Its companion book, though, is Star Trek Defiant, featuring Worf doing the same thing, getting together an all-star cast of famous Star Trek characters and putting them on the Defiant. This is written by Chris Cantwell, known for his work on Iron Man and Star Wars, and has great art by Angel Insutella. This story is a part of a broader Star Trek initiative where you see stories from the shows being referenced in the new comics and seeing things from the comics being referenced now in the video game, like a character from an earlier book from one of the writers writing Star Trek and now Star Trek Defiant. It's a team of writers who are putting this together, who famously have a Star Trek role-playing game that a lot of their ideas for these books have actually come from. But you see in the most recent episode of Star Trek Online, a Tholian character named Bright Eyes shows up, and that was actually a character from another recent Star Trek comic line known as the 5-Year Journey, which was just Star Trek 5-Year Mission, I believe is what it was called, where you meet a nice Tholian, Bright Eyes, who basically becomes a member of the crew and goes on adventures with them, making me, for now years, asking for a Tholian playable race. Or the Beverly Crusher that we meet in these comics definitely seems like the proto-Beverly Crusher to the one that we meet in Picard Season 3. These writers are hypersensitive to making sure that they're sticking to canon and giving people who really are sticklers to detail, mainly Star Trek, almost all Star Trek fans, little treats throughout the series. I think that these comic books are must-reads for any Trekkie out there. It's a stellar cast, a really good story, and a creative team that just really knows what they're trying to do. So yeah, grab your copy today and join us in exploring the epic journey of Worf, Sisko, and the entire Star Trek universe as they face a threat like you've never seen before. So grab your copy today and join us in exploring the epic journey of Worf, Sisko, and the entire Star Trek universe. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Star Trek content. And as always, live long and prosper. Thanks for tuning in.
Well, that's it for this week's Trekking Out the News. Don't forget to like the video and leave a comment below with your thoughts. Follow us on Twitter @P1Armada. Check out our website www.PriorityOneArmada.com for more information on our Star Trek Online in-game fleets. And join us every Saturday for the Priority One Armada livestream, where we go more in-depth on this week's Star Trek Online news and take you, the viewers, on an away mission to earn in-game loot. Viewers can also earn loot by entering our giveaways during each livestream. That's every Saturday at 9 PM US Eastern on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We host a range of other streams throughout the week, focusing on different Trek games and news. If you want to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on all the latest Star Trek news. That's it from me. Live long and prosper.